everyone, hope you're all doing great. Welcome to or welcome back to my channel NestArtfully. Here I talk about everything home decor, DIYs and plant care. This is a super exciting video because it's our first video from our house here in Goa. We've taken up a rented apartment and we're going to get into the process of doing it up. Since it's such a huge project, we've decided to break it up as episodes. So this is the first episode from our Goa house. It's mostly unfurnished at the moment and I'm going to give you guys a home tour so that you know where we are starting off. I'm currently right inside the house. This is the front door and it opens up into a small foyer. Currently it's empty, unfurnished, but we'll soon be turning this into a nice welcoming entrance into the house. Coming in from the front door and the foyer, we have this apartment with an open floor plan. So we have the living, dining and kitchen section in a straight line. But before we get into that space, on to my left we have a room here with an attached bathroom, and that's going to be our guest bedroom. So let's quickly take a look there. And this is our guest bedroom. It's a small sized room, but it comes with an attached bathroom. And of course, we have plenty of natural light coming in because one of the walls is pretty much a dedicated window. Now we're using this room currently as our storage room because it happens to be the closest one to the entrance and it's easy to bring in and put our stuff here. We've just got an AC installed because we have family planning to come over, so it'll be more convenient for them considering how hot Goa is at the moment. And yeah, so that's about it. We'll really need to get into getting some storage facility and of course the cot and so on in furnishing this room, so that will be a slow process. I'll show you the bathroom and then we can take a look at the living sections. So as you guys may have noticed, the guest bedroom is currently a messy situation. That's because we don't have storage and hopefully we quickly sort that one out. As you can all see, while this is a super exciting project, it's also quite a big challenge because one, this is such a huge blank canvas and there are just so many options to decide on to ensure that everything looks cohesive, and that's something I'll really need to spend some time thinking about. Also, this is a rented house, so whatever changes I make will have to be temporary. Now, the second aspect is that I'll have to invest quite a bit of money in turning this into a home, and I have to ensure that I invest in products that I can just as easily take out of this house and put it in a new house in the future as and when the need arises. So once again, with regards to tackling this huge project, I'm finding the online learning community Skillshare greatly helpful. I'm exploring two classes currently. The first, Ultimate Interior Design Styles, is educating me on the intricacies that make up popular styles such as mid-century modern, farmhouse and contemporary styles. Understanding the nuances of these styles help me make better product choices and also mix styles with confidence. Second, I'm learning how to design my space on Photoshop to better visualize and execute using the class Interior Design, Plan the Room of Your Dreams on Photoshop. I always thought I had to use an interior design rendering service to create rooms with details such as wall paint, furniture and flooring. But this class is showing me how I can do all this and much more using the tools on Photoshop, where I have complete freedom to design a space as I like. If you think these classes are cool, then I'd like to tell you that Skillshare boasts of thousands of classes by industry leaders on a variety of topics such as gardening, home organization and even furniture making. You can also find classes by amazing Indian experts like YouTuber Ekta Chowdhury of Garden Up. Unlimited access to all this is available without ad breaks or distractions with the annual subscription that costs less than Rs 1,800, which works out to less than Rs 150 per month, and this works out cheaper than my phone bill. If any of this intrigues you, we have a special 1-month free trial exclusively for the first 1,000 NestArtfully viewers to click the custom link in the description box. But for now, let me take you guys to the most spacious part of the house, and that is the open floor living section, which has the dining area in it as well, and of course opens into the balcony and the terrace. So let's go there. I'm currently in the living section. It looks beautiful, very spacious that way. We did notice a couple of things right at the start of seeing this apartment, and that was one, the high ceiling. So this is a top floor unit and we get this very interesting architectural detail which are high ceilings pretty much throughout the house. And the second aspect we noticed is that this particular unit again has a lot of natural light coming in from both sides, because we have windows on both sides of the living section, one opening into the balcony, the other opening into a large terrace. So while these are very interesting architectural details to work with and they pose a lot of potential when it comes to interior design, when it comes to renting and creating temporary sort of setups, they do have some challenges. One of them being that this area gets quite hot, because the glass mean that a lot of heat tends to get trapped in, and we need a lot of ventilation, as in the 2 fans that we currently have aren't sufficient to keep this space cool enough. That is one issue. The second issue is that when it comes to our speaking or having the TV on, the volume tends to get dissipated very easily, because it goes both horizontally and vertically. The space is quite large, so it means we are using the TV at a higher volume than in our previous homes. But it's also fun to tackle these challenges, and as items slowly come in, like our furniture, I think we will start seeing some changes, and then we will introduce plants into the living section, and I think that will also help with creating a cooler environment for us. Regarding the living room, in terms of functional floor space, it's actually divided into 2 segments, because we have the doorway and the foyer leading down straight into the bedrooms. So we cannot treat it as one entire segment. We'll have to separate and treat it as 2 segments. So for the second segment, which is closer to the balcony, we have this uninterrupted wall space, and that's really exciting because I plan to create a work from home setup here with a desk and chair, and it's going to help us because it's close to the window, so we have more ventilation and of course more light, and we can also open up and enjoy the balcony view while we are at work. So that's going to be exciting. The balcony here is quite spacious. We plan to create more of a ornamental setup in the balcony, so that we have plants with flowers, foliage, heavy green plants. And for the gardening, I will take you to the terrace because there's a lot more space there. We'll take a look at that in a moment. First, let's take a look at the balcony. I'm out on the balcony, and like I told you guys, it's quite spacious. I'm super stoked to start styling this space with plants. It's instantly going to uplift the space and also create a cooling effect for the rest of the house, because having plants here is going to add to the shade, and of course watering it daily is also going to add coolness to this area and indoors as well. On one side of the balcony, we have this large beautiful wall which I'm going to style with some sort of art, and I'm just thinking about what sort of pieces I can put up here because it's going to be exposed to the elements. So moving on from the balcony, right opposite is the terrace unit, and that spans pretty much the entire living and dining section of the house. It's a large space, and we have curtains in place, as you may have noticed, because the landlord already created the curtain rod setup and left us with some curtains. We're going to change these curtains the next week, so that's going to be the first change in the space, and it's going to bring in some amount of the colors that we are looking at, and also texture and some amount of the style that we prefer. I'm currently on our private terrace. It's a large space, and there's just so much that can be done with this place if we were living on a more permanent basis. But considering we are renting, we have to keep everything more flexible and temporary. But we don't want to waste the space from the perspective of gardening. We are definitely going to create a setup where we can grow our own vegetables, herbs, and so on and so forth. So a trip to the plant nursery is one of the main things on our agenda for the near term, because we'll want to create that setup here before the monsoon starts, so that we can create some sort of cover as well for the plants, so that in the heavy rains it does not really create a mess here. That is something we'll have to look into. So behind where I'm standing is where we plan on having our dining setup, very close to the kitchen, of course. This is again quite a spacious plan, because like I said earlier, it's an open floor plan, which means that it creates this illusion of a lot of space, so it's great to work with that way. But from a challenge perspective, this is the first time we have an entirely open floor plan, and that means less walls to work with. So we have one small wall in front of us, which is where the TV goes, and then behind us we have the wall which is broken up into two entryways, one leading into the kitchen, the other leading into the bedrooms. So on the sides again we have glass because of the windows that lead out into the balcony and the terrace. So very less complete walls to work with when it comes to, you know, doing a gallery wall setup or doing some sort of wallpaper setup. So these are some challenges, but it'll be fun to tackle them when it comes to styling. So once the dining table comes here, we can also create some sort of storage in those corners against the two bits of wall, and then we have the solid wall here, which is actually the bedroom wall. But then since it's facing the dining section, we can also create some sort of artwork or any sort of display there. Right at the end of the open floor plan is the kitchen. Now the kitchen is a parallel countertop sort of kitchen, and it's very spacious, especially compared to what we had in Singapore. So this is a pleasure to work with. We have a decently sized utility area as well, where we can have our washing machine and dishwasher. So our appliances are slowly coming in and getting installed. So we haven't really started very elaborate cooking at the moment. It's all minimal. We do have modular storage given to us below the countertop, but above the countertop we don't have any storage at the moment, and that's something we plan to tackle with some open shelf DIYs, because it's very easy to be able to access some daily use products from outside and above rather than from inside and below. So that's something we're going to work on. So now moving on from the kitchen, let's take a look at the other two bedrooms. This is a 3-bedroom apartment. So we have a kid's bedroom here, and the corridor leads into the master bedroom. And this is the kids' bedroom. Actually, all 3 bedrooms in this house are pretty much the same size. They're all compact sized rooms, ideal for a queen sized cot and a smaller wardrobe. But we've designated this as the kids' bedroom primarily because it doesn't have an attached bathroom, which we feel our child does not require at the moment. So we will be setting this room up for him as a playroom and do some amount of styling and makeover as per what he likes slowly as we start to settle down. And coming out of the kids' bedroom, we have a small corridor here, and of course the common bathroom. Now this corridor space also houses our internet connection gadgets and wires, so we will be doing a DIY shelf here soon to be able to keep these things in a more aesthetic manner. For now they're just sitting on a plastic chair. And down the corridor is the main bedroom, the master bedroom. So let's take a look. And this is our master bedroom. We have a bathroom right at the entrance into the bedroom, and then the bedroom, of course. So the only thing that really is different about this bedroom is that they've given tiles that look like wooden tiles. So that's the only, different feature. And of course this room has one single window additional to the double windows that we have, so a little more light, but everything else is pretty much the same as the other 2 rooms. So this is the master bedroom's bathroom, and currently we have a few changes we'd like to make, like the light. We only have a yellow bulb here. We'd like to add white light because that's more ideal for bathrooms, and we would like to change the mirror that they've given us. It's very basic. We'd like to have a cabinet here with a mirror so that we can store some of our accessories and cosmetics and so on. Right now it's just all over the place, creating a mess. But besides that, nothing really to change here. So this is going to remain mostly as is. So as you guys can see, the master bedroom is completely unfurnished at the moment. We don't have a cot or wardrobe, or even our curtains are yet to come. So that's where we are. We currently just got a queen sized mattress and we've plonked it right on the floor. We are going to get the cot in a couple of days because we've already placed the order. It's coming from another city, so just waiting for that to arrive. And then of course we will be placing the order for a wardrobe shortly. Once that's done, we'll be adding certain other items in terms of furniture, doing some DIYs, and of course figuring out what we can do with the walls in terms of adding some color or art. Because of the high ceiling and the slanting roof, it means most of the walls are not evenly shaped. They are odd shaped walls, not rectangular or square. So keeping that in mind, it's very difficult for us to work on any sort of wallpapering because we'll really not be able to take things up to the ceiling. So we're going to avoid doing anything so elaborate and just keep things more simple. As you guys may have noticed, this is quite literally a big change from our Singapore apartment, which was both smaller and came furnished. This is much bigger a space to tackle, and it's entirely unfurnished, which means we have a lot of work ahead of us. In fact, we don't really need such a big place, but we wanted a 3 BHK primarily because we are back in India, and that means we're going to have more of our friends and family visiting us, especially considering we are in a destination like Goa. There are a lot of people who want to come and stay over at our place, so that's going to be much more convenient to have 3 bedrooms. And also from a content perspective for NestArtfully, we decided that a challenge like this would be really wonderful to take on and turn a raw space like this into a beautiful home. So that's an exciting journey. I hope you guys will join me on and watch all the videos that we've planned for the next few months as we tackle this empty space, and hopefully I can share some tips, tricks and inspiration along the way. So I'm really excited to take you guys along on this amazing journey of us. And I hope you enjoyed this unfurnished home tour, because I really wanted to do this so that you can see how the house is going to evolve over the next few months. And as always, thank you guys for watching and take care.